So Keith has had this VA official.
Okay, yeah, this is about 3 weeks ago. We never talked about it. It's flown under the radar. I haven't seen it anywhere. I saw it in one publication, even addressed. But Congress passed a law. The clip is self-explanatory here, but this guy is an official high up
at the Veterans Administration.
Yes, sir. And Congress is informing him that veterans can get their guns back, and this ensues.
Okay, awesome.
That if the Veterans Second Amendment Restoration Act is signed into law, and this is even more troubling, the VA could not comply because the VA states the Department of Justice, an executive branch agency, affirmed VA's interpretation of the Brady Act. So, is it the VA's position that the VA will not comply with an act of Congress based on another agency's interpretation of the law?
So the VA has always works to comply with all laws. We complied with the Brady Handgun Act when it was in effect. The law.
So again, is the VA's position, because based on the statement they could not comply with the Restoration Act, the Veterans Second Amendment Restoration Act, is it your position that you will not comply with an act of law passed by Congress?
Yes, sir. I guess based off of what you have in testimony, yes, sir.
That you would not comply?
Yes, sir.
What?
Well, I'm glad everybody hears that on the
Wow.
record, that the VA is going to refuse to comply with, regardless of what we actually pass here, including questions that Representative Self was just asking in view of the Chevron Act being passed. Mr. Chair, I have just a couple more questions, but I think that Mr. Friel has incriminated himself and the VA that they're going to have complete disregard for what we're going to do anyway. So
Mr. Friel, you're very well aware of how you just answered the congressman's question, correct?
Sir, as I said, it's in our testimony that we would have trouble complying with that law. As I said,
Mr. Friel, you're very well aware of how you answered the congressman's question.
yes, sir.
Oh,
How is it possible that nobody has covered that,
wow.
including us until this point? That's a good
That's
find,
why.
Keith. Where did you see that? Because I haven't seen that anywhere.
I had a news alert
Holy cow.
for a gun. Anyway,
Right.
and so that's what led me to find that. after I saw it
Unreal.
here. And by the way, can I just say Morgan Luttrell looks good in that chairman's
Yes, he
chair
does.
up there, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
he does.
That was awesome.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, so if they pass the law, we don't care. We're the veterans. We're an executive branch.
Yeah,
We don't care.
We're going to ignore all other law because
Well, no, they have other implications from the Department of Justice, right? That they have to follow. I think that's what he was saying, right?
yeah,
mean,
it's
he
under
did not
the
care.
executive branch. He
Yeah.
doesn't care because the president is telling him not to give back
Correct.
the guns to the veterans.
Correct.
And so if this thing were
Wow.
to become law, which, I mean, the
Wow.
chances are thin, anyhow.
We'd
but-
have trouble complying with the law.
Right. We're not going to comply. So you can pass anything you want in Congress. We're an executive branch. We don't have to
Jeez.
abide by your laws.
That is
That's dangerous.
amazing.
I'm new to America. Is the executive branch the one that makes the laws?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No?
Wait.
No. Wait.
I don't want to mislead
Okay.
a new American.
Okay.
No, they're
They
not.
don't.
Chris.
Okay, got it.
They're not
Thank
the
you so
ones.
much.
They're not the ones. Yeah, we don't even want to be facetious about that. Wow, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you everything you need to know
Sure
about the
does.
executive branch and the Second Amendment, doesn't it?
One would think that they probably aren't alone.
Yeah. And,
One would think.
and it's Congress's own fault to a large degree in that they have just abdicated their role on so many
Yes.
things.
Yeah,
Hey,
true.
whatever you bureaucrats say, go for it. And so they've just gotten used to and comfortable just making their
right.
own laws over there. So if we pass this law, you're not going to enforce it? Yeah, because now we're just used to having
And
that
for the guy
power.
to just admit it,
Yeah.
it's pretty astounding. That's amazing.
He was given many opportunities
Oh, many.
to backtrack and go.
Many. Do you understand what you just said? Yes. Yeah, I do.
And maybe that's his
Yeah.
way of getting back at him. But pointing at it, making sure that it's public. What do you want me to do? I told you this is what they're telling me. I
I'm being
can't do it.
directed by the
Yeah.
office of the president.
Yeah.
Here.
So-
to not comply with whatever it is you pass.
You guys go fight it out.
That's incredible. But It's Trump we need to be
Because
afraid of.
nobody asked him, now, do you want to? Is this something that you would do if you were being told different? Nobody asked him that.
Yeah.
What is his? It's on the sheet there, Pat. I'm going to set a news alert up for this guy. Keep an eye on any further development.
Kevin Friel?
On this. Kevin Friel. Thank you. Okay.
But again, it's Donald Trump who's
That's
trying
correct.
to destroy democracy.
Right.
Okay.
He's
He's
the
the
bad guy.
one who wants to be a dictator. Blah, 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 blah. And this is going on behind the scenes. The VA is being directed not to comply with whatever Congress passes here.
Right.
Oh, that is incredible.
We're above whatever law you think
Yeah.
you're going to pass.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Well, sometimes, as we have seen evidence of this week, you have to disregard democracy
In order to
save
save democracy.
okay.
It's exactly what they're doing.